Hey everybody, how's it going? So today I got a quick little tool haul. It's not really a tool haul, it's kind of a hardware haul from Lowe's. I'm going to just talk about them, we're going to look at them, and that's going to be the video. I'm not going to do another video on it. I hope you guys find it informative, and I'll talk to you guys when we get there. Thank you guys for watching. Hey everybody, how's it going? So before we get started, please like, comment, subscribe, and smush the bell notification icon for future updates. Alright, so I picked up, this is going to be like a little small hardware haul. I went to Lowe's. I ended up picking up some washers and ended up picking up some lock nuts. These lock nuts are M6x1.0 thread pitch. And basically it's a bunch. All of these are washers. These are all 3/16 by 1 inch washers. So they're 1 inch around by 3/16 center. And the reason being is the 2004 runner, the SR5. So I picked some of this hardware up at Napa from my rep, Gus, and so these washers are the closest washers I can get to the body panel bolts on the 2004 runners. It's actually the fender flares at the very bottom, right at the door channel. It swoops under the truck. And you got two bolts that bolt the fender flare to the body, so that way it doesn't bounce back and forth. And those bolts, the washers, are this size. They're actually this diameter. But the hole is too small on these for these bolts. And my rep's like, okay, well, all I have is I have washers that are that size, but the hole you might have to drill out. So I ended up picking up just to see if I can find something this exact size, because those bolts actually have a lock washer, and then they have this size washer on the bolt, and neither one of these items, it actually looks just like that. Neither one of these items come off the bolt. They're permanently attached to the Toyota bolts. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 bags of these 3/16 by 1 inch, and these are really thick washers. So now this hole is still too small. Can't even put the bolt in. So I'd have to drill these out if I wanted to use these. But I grabbed these just to have in case for something else. But they are the correct size. So if I take this, these are actually just slightly like 1/32 or so bigger, which is not really a big deal. But I'll give you guys the dimensions. So this, in inches, this washer is, fractions, 59/64. 23.33 millimeter, 0.91 of an inch. Now these are 0.85. It's 55/64. These are actually a little bit closer. There you go. These are actually about 7/8 outer diameter. And these bolts are 7/32 outer diameter. So next step would be 1/4 inch. Problem is anything that has 1/4 inch for this, is actually very large. Inner diameter 1/4 inch is a lot larger than you would think, compared to this measurement right here. You know, it looks like it's not a lot. Can barely move it back and forth, up and down, barely move it. But in reality, when it comes to inner diameter and washers, 1/4 inch is actually like this big. So it's not really helpful. I'm trying to find washers this exact size. Outer diameter is 7/8. Inner hole a little smaller than 1/4 inch. And it's not really easy to find, so it looks like I'm going to have to drill all these guys out, or I'm going to have to drill these out, whichever ones I decide to use. The 7/8 is the exact same size as the bolt. Let me turn this light off and I'll take you outside and I'll show you guys real quick. Those bolts are actually for the limited, the SR5s right there. But realize that it's this panel right here at the very bottom goes under, and right here in the back there's actually supposed to be 2 bolts. So if I go under here, there's supposed to be 2 bolts, one here and one here. Problem is they snapped off because there's a little bit of rust on this truck. They snapped off and they were never put back in place, so I'm gonna end up having to repair them. But to give you guys a closer look, here's the SR5, which does have that has damage on it, but I can show you the bolts a little easier. So these 2 bolts right here, and there's supposed to be a bracket right here, a double rounded, about 1 inch thick bracket that sits right here, and it separates this fender piece from the main body piece. And there's actually a piece missing, which is the skirt for the steps. That piece is what's missing right here. And it looks like a lot of this metal right here is actually missing on that truck. So the only way to fix that would be to replace the whole quarter panel, because these corners are rotted out. But I was trying to fix the bolt issue, which isn't going to do me any good at the moment, because this panel, this quarter panel, is actually rotten on both sides down here. So if I bring you guys over here, this panel's rotten, and you can see this 1 inch little gap spacer. The bolts are supposed to go in here, and it bolts this quarter panel and this fender flare to the body so it doesn't bounce. Well, this one, it bounces. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to fix, these little minute problems. But figured I'd show you guys, if anybody knows where I can get a 7/8 washer, 7/8 washer with 7/32 center hole, or a little bit smaller than 1/4 inch, you guys let me know. But picked up a bunch of hardware. Everything that's in this bag is like 11, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and I buy in bulk normally. These are like 80 something cents. These are like $1.80, for a 4-pack. They're not really expensive, but these are M6x1.0 lock washers, or lock nuts. So these are the neoprene lock nuts. I picked these up just to throw in the hardware box to have, because there's a couple other things that I have, including this exhaust tip right here. It takes M6x1.0 bolts. So if I ever wanted to make these longer, because if you put a longer bolt in, it will allow this bracket to travel a little further, which is what I needed. The bolt was too short, so it wouldn't allow it to travel very far, because it wouldn't open wide enough. Now I put this in there, you can do that. Excuse me. But there's lots of things on 2000 4Runners that take M6x1.0 thread pitch. That exhaust tip is just an exhaust tip I bought from AutoZone. It's, you know, nothing fancy or anything like that. But lots of bolts on 2000 4Runners or 3rd gens take these bolt sizes, the M6x1. Lots of fender bolts, lots of engine bay bolts, things that hold brackets, stuff like that. Even the bolts that on some of the models that hold the intake box in are these. But so I got 12 lock washers, 12 bolts, and then 12 flat washers in these 7/8. I'm going to drill them out. They'll do the job. And the reason that I need them this size, because they have to literally sit this close together with the bolts, because the bolts go in very close together. So there's no way to put in, you know, a bigger washer or anything like that. Thicker is fine. This one right here is 7/64 thick, or 2.90 millimeters thick, compared to this one right here, which is 1.14 millimeter thick, or 3/64. So this is pretty thin. Just a quick video. I know, you know, it's a little bit longer than I wanted it to be, but I just wanted to show you guys what I picked up and why. When I buy hardware, I always buy extra of it. You know, when it comes to stuff like this, I usually leave it in the baggie, so I know what it is. And I usually put all of this in the same compartment in the container, so I know these are all the same. Or I'll take all of them out of the bag and leave one solid bag in there, so I know what they are. But you know, it's it. It was 22 bucks out the door. Oh, with tax it was 34. So all of these total were 22. All of these were all the lock nuts were $9.68. So $1.85 a piece for these at 12, and 88 cents for these guys at 11. So not bad. I pick up things all the time like that. I like having extra hardware, whether, you know, I need it or not. I'd rather buy $50 worth of hardware than have to go back to the store during a project, especially on these older vehicles where I tend to have to cut, replace, repair, and if I don't cut, I'm usually replacing or painting and repairing. So just a quick video. I do appreciate you guys stopping by, checking out the video. Hope it was informative and helpful to you guys. And hope to see you guys on the next video. Please like, comment, subscribe, smush the bell notification icon for future updates. Go check out my Amazon affiliate links, my Acme Tools affiliate links, my DJI Electronics affiliate links, as well as my Ohio Power Tools affiliate links. And I'll see you guys on the next video. If you guys have any comments, questions, leave them down below. If you guys know where I can get a outer diameter 7/8 washer with a bigger hole than 1/8, this is actually a 1/8 hole. And the reason I know that is because I have a 100 pack right here that are 1/8 hole. Same hole size, 1/8, but these are 1 inch and these are 7/8. So I need that inner diameter. I thought it would be like somewhere like 3/16 or 5/16, but it needs to be a little bit bigger than 5/16, but not as big as 1/4 inch for an inner diameter. If you guys know where I can find some of those, let me know in the comments. appreciate you guys' time. Hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace!